Hey guys, welcome to another interesting segment on Home Trade Nigeria. So today I'd like to talk on this topic: how to spot Nigerian men, business-like lovers. So let's talk about this kind of Nigerian men. There are a lot of you who are dating Nigerian men who hide themselves under the umbrella of love, but in actual sense, they are businessmen. And since they are businessmen, you are either a business client or an associate, not a lover. Now, this video is basically to expose them because these men are causing so much harm to a lot of ladies who are very intentional, who come to look for love, real love. But these men meet them and they, dash their hearts beyond repairs. Now, some of you may ask if these men are not scammers. Well, they are scammers, but it's a little bit technical because you see, these men don't come with fake identity, with working in an oil rig, or neither do they target older women, to prey on and stuff like this. These men, they play on all fields. They target you irrespective of your age. So long as you can breathe and you're overseas, they will use you as a means of achieving whatever business they want with you. Now, the first thing to spot or to identify these guys is that one of the first things they do before they go deeper into you is one, they track you and they locate you. So these guys, they go online, either on social media or on a dating site. Their goal is not to meet an actual lover, not because they are lonely and they're looking for someone to love. No, it's not the case. Their goal is to look for someone who will play their games, and they pick you based on your location. Either you're in North America, United States, Canada, or you're in one of these English speaking countries in Europe or Australia, New Zealand. They would look for you. They track you by nationality. They track you by nationality because one, they look for women who are in supposed rich countries, America, Canada, as I said before, and they track you also based on desired location. Now, what do I mean by desired location? Desired location, they look at women who are coming from countries that are considered economically strong, and also they look at you also from the angle of where it favors them if they decide to marry you and relocate. And also, they look at you if they have a friend who is actually living in that country and the friend is doing very well. And the friend is like, oh, why don't you come to this country? But the problem is, he knows no one is going to give him visa, or the chances of him getting visa to that country is difficult, or he doesn't have the means to get visa. So he would go on and look for a lady in that particular country who he could, deceive with the hope of this lady getting married to him and bringing him down to that country because he has a friend who has said something. And that's why you have to be very careful when you meet some of these men online on a dating site, and then it happens to be like they have a friend who is living in your country already. The friend is the one coaching them how to go about it. So it is not by chance you were tracked and they located you. Now, the moment they've located you and they've tracked you, the next thing they want to do is to love bomb you. They start love bombing you. You've been tracked and now isolated. So they start love bombing you. They start chatting you, pouring out their heart and souls to you. They tell you sweet and affectionate things to make you go crazy. Apparently, no man has spoken to you this way. Some will start pleading for your number, begging you, please give me your number so we can take it to WhatsApp and stuff. And of course, you're enjoying this love bombing. Love bombing feels good. And you just give in and say, okay, here's my number. So you guys go from love bombing to WhatsApp. Now, when he has your number, this is where he gives you the undivided attention. Yeah, he starts chatting and calling you. He gives you this undivided attention. At this stage, he bombards you with call and messages from WhatsApp. And these are not just ordinary calls. These calls, they come with names like baby, babe, sweetheart, honey, darling, sugar pie, chai tea, whatever the rocks your boat. These names, they make these names up to make you feel happy. Remember, as I told you, because they track and isolated you, they have been coached on what to tell you. So they bombard you with these names, powerful emojis, and this thing, they shake your heart. And then, you notice one thing, that they do this within few weeks of meeting you. Now, once they are done with this stage of undivided attention, they will bring you into a stage where they start telling you that they want to get married to you. It's not a bad thing to say you want to get married to a lady you see. It's not a bad thing. It's totally fine. However, these guys, they promise you marriage in a very short period. Some want to marry you within few weeks. Some that are very sensible within few months, but for whatever it is, they want to marry you. And they don't just say this like in passing. Some of them start pressuring you. They start giving you this mixed feelings because you're thinking like, okay, it's not proper, especially in this generation, to meet someone and within weeks this person wants to get married to you. So you're confused because you know this is not normal. But at the same time, you're enjoying, the chasing and everything, because the thought of him wanting to marry you, I mean, your intention was to come look for someone, get to know, and then you see what happens. But this dude has gone from love bombing you, spending quality time with you, and now he wants to marry you. And because you find him cute, he's nice, the way he talks to you, the way he makes you feel, I mean, why not? You decide to give it a try. Then the next thing, when you know that, okay, this dude wants to marry me, he cools off, and then the whole thing gets real. Now, he has roped you into a relationship. Now, everything is businesslike. This is where he now introduces you to his problem. Now it's businesslike. This is where he starts introducing you to his problem. Now, first, he talks about his struggles, struggles from work, businesses, his struggles on how he's pushing and how things are not easy, how things are very hard in Nigeria, how things are difficult for his family, and how things are just so hard. And of course, you are there thinking, you're disturbed. This is a guy who truly loves me. This is a guy who like sees me to be his future wife. How can I sit back and watch my future husband go through this difficulty? You know, I mean, I have to do something to save my poor husband. He's having such a hard time in Nigeria. Nigeria is hard. I mean, he sends you links to show how difficult Nigeria is, videos. But you don't sit down for once to question, why wasn't this problem there during the love bombing stage? Why wasn't this problem there during the time where he was showering you with undivided attention? Why wasn't this problem there when he was, hinting about getting married? All of a sudden, the moment he has love bombed you, given you undivided attention, and then you have the idea that he wants to marry you, the problem starts coming up. And at this point, it becomes difficult for you to resist, because his problems, they need money to be solved. So the moment the problems are introduced to you, one way or the other, he starts pleading to you to fix the problem. He has told you his problem. You're thinking, you know, like, okay, what is happening? And then he starts pleading. He expects you to fix this problem. And the thing is, he does this by first giving you hint that he needs money. He's not coming out straight to tell you like, oh, I need money to this. He gives you hint that things are rough, things are tough. He needs help. He indirectly pleads with you, giving you hints. Now, the moment he sees you're not picking on this hint, or you're picking on this hint and you're not doing anything, then he comes to ask you directly. Now, asking you depends on the ego of this man. He could ask you for loans. If his ego is so big, he could ask you for loan with a promise to pay back. A lot of them would promise like, "Oh, I'm going to pay back when I come to when we get married and I come to the US, or I come to Canada, or I come to Australia, or I come to Europe, wherever your location is." There's a promise of paying back whenever they come there. So this would take away the guilt of, okay, what is he trying to do? I mean, he has promised to pay back. Some will go on making promissory notes if there's any need for that. A lot will start with little sum. Can I get $70, $80, $50? Then it goes to 150. I mean, it goes with sums like, you're like, yeah, I can do this. It's not a big deal. and then it keeps climbing. And by the time you calculate how much you spent after 6 to 8 months, you see that you've spent in thousands. Now, if they see you are now having a hard time, not wanting to help because you're not saying that, okay, these little sums he's asking, they're adding up, then what they would do is they would guilt trip you, and then they will bring in family and medical reasons to collect money, which they know you would never say no. I mean, why would a man who wants to get married to you come up with the dad is sick, the mom is sick, or someone is dying in the family, or he is sick, or or something huge that is that requires life, and what I mean, why wouldn't you want to do something? You're a human being. You are living in the Western world. It is normal for you to have compassion, empathy for African people. Why would you let that poor African man just go like that? Why would you let this poor African people who don't have food go like that? Why would you watch these African people not have food in their family? Of course, you will help. Then you help. Now, while all of this is happening, one thing you need to be very careful that goes under the radar is that he's still telling you, let's get married quickly. Now, while you are dealing with him, asking you to pay, help him fix things, trying to get assistance for you, and sometimes you show a little bit of resistance, he tries to lubricate the relationship with telling you about getting married. We should get married quickly. I can't wait to live with you. I just want to be with you. So at this point, you're not seeing it as just monetary, as just someone who is there trying to get monetary gain. You're seeing it as somebody who really is pushing hard to be with you, who really seriously wants to be with you. So on one hand, he's pushing, babe, I can't wait to be with you. I really miss you. On another hand, it's like, babe, fix me. I need money and all of this. And you are there confused. You're in a stage of dilemma between and betwixt the devil and the deep blue sea. If you find yourself in this situation, you're dealing with a Nigerian man who is a business-like lover. Because the truth about this is that these guys would make you come to a situation where it's like you're actually in love and they want to get married to you. And it's true, a lot of them want to get married to you, they want to be with you, but it is all business like. It was never for love. And the danger of this business like relationship is that because it was never for love, it is driven by, personal and selfish interest. You don't know how long it's gonna last when these things are achieved. So when they come to you, just like to access everything, you need a password. The same way they would try to make you come into that point where you feel like these guys are real, and these things is just a password to open your heart. And the moment you open that heart, they start making you solve their problems, getting hold of their problems, which flies under the radar because they have put you in this position where you think it's all about love, but with what they call you, the name they call you, some even cry on phone, the level of honesty, sincerity they put out is like, oh, he really wants to be with me. But the little things that fly under the radar, their problems, money, the little money you send in here and there, medical things, you don't see it. And that is where it gets scary. It gets scary because these guys, their intentions was never and is never true. And a lot of you are in this thought process of, what if I marry him and he gets what he wants? He gets fixed, he's fine financially, he moves into the country. Would he still be with me? That is the danger of this business like lovers. The goal was never love. The goal was to fix them, help them achieve whatever thing they want to achieve. And they just needed one person, one ignorant lover. Ignorant lover. The problem is not you, trust me. It's just that you have a clear intention to fall in love, but you mix up with the wrong person, and they use you in a way whereby you think you're in love, but you've been used. And this is why I say to you, Nigerian men don't fall in love and they are bringing you up their problems in anticipation that you solve it. No, it's not how we fall in love. We fall in love and we want to know, we want to make you our wife or his wife. There are things and how he deals with you, not how you solve his problem and how you want to assist his family. It doesn't work this way. So, guys, again, if you are in such situation, you have to wake up and smell the coffee. If you want to reach out to me, check my previous video. My email is there. We can talk about it privately, free of charge. Other than that, guys, like, share, subscribe. Truth Nigeria. Peace out.